Have you ever been in a situation where you have money? Or maybe you know someone who have money. Or maybe you just got paid, but you are struggling and you have nothing to show that you have money. Or let me just give you a practical example. Have you ever seen someone who had nothing, but somehow you heard that they went somewhere and then they consulted to some pastor or some witch doctor, and all of a sudden they have money? Did they receive something strange that you don't know? Or did they get something that you don't know? Let me tell you something today, that money is a spirit. And anyone who have information, anyone who have access to that spirit, they can have access to money. But let me tell you, that spirit can give money, but that spirit can also take money. Let me show you a spirit today, a spirit that is operating around the whole world, the spirit that is operating even in your life. My name is Bongani Impact. If you have come across this YouTube channel, it's your life to change. Something impactful in your life is going to happen. Today I want to speak about something. I want to speak about the spirit of Mammon. I believe that some of you have heard about this name Mammon. It is a spirit that controls the world, the spirit that controls the finances that is happening around the world. A lot of people are struggling, and it's not because they are bad with finances. It's not because they don't have information. It's not because they are not working hard. But there is a certain higher power that controls the world, that controls all the nodes that is going around the world. But let me show you and share something significant that I believe that can change your life, can change your finances, can change your story around. I want us to read the word of God in the book of Matthew 6:24. The Bible says, Jesus said, money is like a master. You can't serve two masters. The spirit of Mammon is also a master. But let me ask you, or let me show you, what is a Mammon? A Mammon is a demon. A Mammon is a higher power. A Mammon is a spirit that controls money and wealth. A Mammon is a demon that is charged over 200,000 demons in hell. And those demons are the demons that gives money, are the demons that takes money. Something that we all know, that we have people that goes to the witch doctors. Some they even give their soul to the devil, or they give their soul to the evil spirit. And that evil spirit is a spirit that is called Mammon. I've said to you, Mammon, it controls over 200,000 demons all over the world. Reason why people get money, but they spend their money crazy. Some, even after they get their money, they become mad by their decisions, mad by what they are doing. Some of them, they even abandon or leave their families. Some of them, they even start doing funny things. It is not because they have changed of a character, but it is because there is a certain spirit that has taken over control of their lives. And that spirit is the spirit that gives money, but it is also the spirit that takes away money. And anyone who gets money without this demon, or without having access to this demon, they are in danger of being attacked by this demon. Jesus said you can't serve two masters. It means that Mammon is also a master in the world, a master that wants to control the finances of people. I want to show you something that is distracting your life, something that is so strange when you are having money in your hands, something that you can have 100K in your bank account, but only to find out that you have nothing to show what you have done with that money. I've said that it's not because you are bad with finances. It's not because you are you are bad with handling money. But it is because there is a spirit that has destroyed so many people in lives. There are people who are not earning much. There are people who are not doing very good in life, but they are well stable in their lives. Some they even have cars, some they even have houses, some they are even married, some they are even living a good lifestyle. It is because they have conquered this spirit which is called Mammon. I want to show you the signs that shows that there is a spirit of Mammon in your life. There is a spirit that steals your finances. There is a spirit that is distracting you when you are having money in your hands. There is a spirit that makes you to become someone who is bad with money. Number one, the spirit of Mammon makes people not to be enough. Or the spirit of Mammon makes people to think that they are not having enough in life. The spirit of Mammon, it is a spirit that the moment people have money, they start doing funny and strange things. Some they even start drinking. Some they even start taking drugs. Some they even start leaving their families to struggle. There are some people who are wealthy, who are rich, but if you can look around, they are struggling. There are some people who are having nice cars, expensive cars, luxury cars, but if you can look at their family members are walking with barefoot. It is not because their family members are bad people, but it is because there is a spirit of Mammon that is controlling the one who is having money. So the spirit of Mammon, it makes you to think that you don't have enough. The spirit of Mammon, it is the spirit that makes people to think that power, it is the only thing that matters in life. The spirit of Mammon, it makes people to think that money is not the only thing that is important in life. If you can look at the celebrities, it's not about being famous, but it's about having power. If you can look at the presidents of the world, it is not because they are poor. The reason that they are in charge of the world is not because they are poor, but it is because of power. If you can look at the people who are running all the big organizations in the world, it is not because they are looking for money. It is because they are looking for power. I've said to you, the spirit of Mammon, it is a spirit of power. It wants power. It wants to be in charge of power. If you can look at many people who are selling drugs, for an example, we have one of the richest men in the whole world who was living in Mexico. They say that he had all the money that everyone can wish for in life. Some of the money today, they say, people who are living there, they are even discovering it on the ground that he buried. because he was having so much money. I believe that because the spirit of mammon, it makes you to think that what you are having, it is not enough. It's no longer about money, but it's about power. Power of controlling people, power of controlling the world. If you can look today, most of the organizations in the world, I wanted to say some big organizations, but I believe that it can put me in trouble. But a lot of organization is not about money, but it's about controlling people, controlling people's perspectives, controlling what people are thinking, controlling what people are doing, controlling the world. The spirit of mammon, it makes you to think that what you are having, it is not enough. You can have a promotion at your work, but you will still envy someone else. You can be in a bigger seat, but you will still envy someone who is nothing in life. It is not because you are a bad person, but it's because there is a spirit of mammon in your life. So the spirit of mammon, it makes people to think that what they are having is not enough. There are so many organizations, big families. Some of the big families that are in the world is no longer about money. Some they are in the kingdom seats, some they are in the presidential seat, some they are even in big organization, FIFA. Some that are even big organizations that are controlling the whole narratives of the world. It's no longer about money, but it is about power. So the spirit of mammon will give you money, but not money to make you to live well, but money to control the world, money to make you to set evil things in the world. So the spirit of mammon, it gives you money, but money to destroy people's lives. That's number one narrative of what the spirit of mammon does. Number two, the spirit of mammon, it makes you to think that you are a god. People who have put their trust in money, people who have put their trust in controlling the people's perspective. Some people, they become greedy. Some people, they can kill whenever they want. It is because there is a spirit of money. The spirit of money can make you to sacrifice the people that you love in the world. There are some people that today we know of, some people we have heard of, that they have sacrificed their family members. It's not because it's something that is a secret, but it's something that is out there, that people who have sacrificed their family members because of money. That is spirit of mammon. It makes you to be greedy. It makes you to be evil. It makes you not to care about someone else. The spirit of mammon can make you to sacrifice yourself. Because remember, the devil does not give you something if he's not going to collect back. Whenever anything that comes from the devil, anything that comes from the evil spirit, always remember the devil will always come and collect his debt. He can give you power. He can give you access. He can give you wealth. He can give you a nice lifestyle, give you luxury lifestyle. But you need to know that your soul will be collected. So the spirit of mammon doesn't care about you, but it cares about taking your soul away. The Bible says in the book of Romans 10:22, it says, the spirit of the Lord, it gives wealth, but it does not add any sorrow in your life. Anyone who has money, who is wealth, who have access to wealth and power, but they are not having peace, you need to know that there is a spirit of mammon that is controlling their lives. Some of you, you are working, you are earning well, but there is no peace in your life. You have no peace in your life. It is because there is a spirit that is controlling your life. You have no one in your life because of the spirit of mammon. Number three, the spirit of mammon, It doesn't want you to give. I've said people who are greedy, people who don't care about other people, people who refuse to tithe, people who refuse to help other people, people who only think about themselves. It is because there is a spirit of mammon. I remember some few years ago, the Spirit of the Lord spoke to me. He said to me, give everything that you have in your life. I remember I started giving. I was giving food, I was giving clothes, I was giving things that were very valuable in my life. I remember even my wife started to complain that you are now giving everything in the house. And remember, I didn't have anything in that time. But the Lord told me, give everything that you have in your life. Because the more you give, it's like a sign of giving yourself away, that you don't need all these material things. You only depend on God. So the Spirit of the Lord was testing me if I am attached to the spirit of mammon. Let me tell you, every time you give, you are not giving away things because you want to be seen. You are not giving things because you have enough, but you are giving things just so that you can show the Lord that you don't depend on these things. That some people, they think that they are gods. There are some people who think that money is God. And those people, they want power. They want to take control of things. Some people, they think houses, those are godly things. They think that cars, those are godly things. They think that having businesses, those are godly things. But the more you give away the things that are important in your life, you are showing the Lord that you are not attached to this thing. One of the reasons why Job, the devil took everything away from Job, it is because he told God that this man, the reason why he worship you, it is because he is having these things. You have given him these things. But the Lord said, even if you can take everything, this man does not believe or trust in me because of the material things. So the more you give away things, you are showing the Lord that you don't depend on him. Even you don't depend on all those things that are in your life. Even if the devil can take away these things, but your spirit, it belongs to God. So the spirit of mammon, it makes you to think that wealthy, power, money, houses, cars, clothes, traveling, expensive things, luxury things are gods. It makes you to think that those are most important things in your life. But what you need to know, that the most important thing in your life, it is your soul, not material things. So those who refuse to give, those who refuse to help, they have the spirit of mammon in their lives. Number 4, making wrong decisions. Making wrong decisions. That some people, when they start to have money, they make wrong decisions. Some, they even divorce. Some, they even start taking drugs. Some, they start even hanging around wrong companies. Some, they even start doing crazy stuff. Some, they even change how they look because of money. The spirit of mammon, it makes you to make wrong decision. Anyone who is not controlled by money, you need to know those are very powerful people. Why? Because they don't allow material and money to control their souls. There are some people, when they start to have money, they become so different. They become so different, not in a good way, but in a bad way. Why? Because of the spirit of mammon. The spirit of mammon, it makes you to have or to make bad decisions. Number 5, it manipulates you away from God. Have you ever seen people who started to work, they stopped going to church? Have you ever seen people who had money, when they started to have money, they started to drift away from God? Have you ever seen people, when they started to have money, They started to run away from their families, from their kids, from the people who are very close to them. Have you ever seen people, Labo, when they started to have money, they started to wear strange stuffs, started to do crazy things? It is because of the spirit of Mammon. The spirit of Mammon, it makes you to make a wrong decision. It manipulates your mind, it manipulates your soul, it manipulates what you do, it manipulates your decision. The spirit of Mammon. Let me tell you, money is power. Money will never be enough. Money controls the world. Money runs the world. Money runs the minds of the people. Money runs the whole entire system of the world. Everyone have access to money. I always say that money is just a note. It's just a number. If you have it, your character doesn't change. How you behave doesn't change. How you think doesn't change. How you trust God, it doesn't change. You need to know that the Spirit of the Lord is upon you. And I want you to pray over your life. I want you to ask God to give you power, that once you have money in your life doesn't change. I always say that everyone that you see in the Bible, everyone you see from Genesis until to Revelation, they were not poor people. There is no one in the Bible who was poor. Most especially those who trusted in the Lord. You can do whatever. You can go through the Bible. You can try and prove the point and go through the Bible. Find me one person who was poor. I will show you something different that you don't know. Anyone who was in the Bible was not poor, but they had the access of the Spirit of the Lord to fight the spirit of Mammon. The devil said to Jesus,